right? That weariness that's just deep in your bones, a kind of fog that even a strong coffee can't seem to cut through. Well, today, we're going to talk about a very specific kind of tired, the kind that sleep just can't seem to fix. It all starts the moment that alarm goes off. Before your feet have even hit the floor, the exhaustion is already there. It's like you're starting the day with a completely empty tank. And that feeling, it just sticks with you through meetings, while you're running errands, even in the middle of conversations. You're there physically, but your mind feels heavy, like you're trying to walk through mud. And this is the most frustrating part, isn't it? You get what should be a full night's sleep. You take a day off, you try to relax, but that feeling of being totally and completely drained, it just doesn't go away. Just pause and think about that for a second. I don't just mean awake. I mean truly clear, light, actually ready for whatever the day throws at you. If you're struggling to remember, you are definitely not alone. Okay, so let's really dive into this, because what we're talking about here isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill tiredness. We're talking about something deeper, an invisible exhaustion that's playing by a whole different set of rules. And this slide really breaks it down. We all know how to deal with physical tiredness, right? The problem is your body, so the solution is sleep. Simple. But with mental exhaustion, the problem isn't your body, it's your mind. And so the solution isn't just sleep, it's something else entirely. And there it is. This is probably the most important idea in this entire explainer. You can't just sleep your way out of a problem that your mind is actively creating. The very first step to feeling better is just becoming aware of what's really going on up there. So, if our minds are the problem, we've got to understand why. Why are they so completely exhausted? Why do so many of us feel totally and utterly overloaded all the time? Well, it starts the second we wake up and grab our phones. Our brains are just slammed with this constant fire hose of input. You've got notifications pinging, messages that need to reply, videos to watch, an endless scroll of information that our minds have to process and sort through. There's just never a moment of quiet. This quote just nails the feeling, doesn't it? I mean, imagine your computer's fan just whirring away, struggling to keep up because you have dozens of browser tabs open. Well, that's your brain. Every single tab is a task, a worry, a bit of information, and it's all running in the background, constantly draining your mental battery. But it's not just the outside world. Our own internal world is just as noisy, if not more so. Even when we're trying to do absolutely nothing, our minds are just racing, replaying old conversations, stressing about future deadlines, and imagining every possible thing that could go wrong. It's a real question, you know? If the one part of you that desperately needs a break, your mind, is in a constant state of overdrive, how can you ever feel truly rested? You can't. It's like the engine is always running, even when the car is parked in the garage. And it goes even deeper than just random thoughts. We are all carrying around this silent, heavy backpack filled with emotional weight, the pressure to succeed, the expectations from other people, the self-doubt that we fight with every single day. That invisible work is so draining. So here's the thing. Maybe the problem isn't your to-do list. Maybe the problem is your to-carry list. It's all that mental and emotional baggage that truly weighs us down and leaves us feeling so completely spent. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. And I know, it's heavy stuff. But the really good news is, once you're aware of it, you can actually start to do something about it. So let's talk about how to hit that reset button on your mind. I love this metaphor because it's so simple and so true, right? You wouldn't let your bedroom get more and more cluttered for years without tidying up. Well, your mind needs that same kind of attention. It needs to be tidied up regularly to feel clear and calm. It's all about mental hygiene. And here's a really practical way to start that cleaning process. First, just reduce your input. That could be as simple as turning off notifications you don't really need. Second, take real breaks. Breaks without a screen. Instead of scrolling, just look out a window for a few minutes. Third, find some silence. You don't have to meditate for an hour. Even just 5 minutes of quiet in your car after you park can work wonders. And fourth, write your thoughts down. This isn't about writing a perfect journal entry. It's about doing a brain dump. Just getting all that noise out of your head and onto a piece of paper. It makes it all feel so much more manageable. Seriously, just imagine it. What would change for you if you carved out just 10 minutes a day where your mind had nothing it had to process, nothing to worry about, nothing to do? What would that little bit of space even feel like? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's not about trying to escape your life, it's about finding and protecting your own mental space within your life. It's about changing the relationship you have with your own mind. If you feel this way, I really, really need you to hear this loud and clear. You are not weak for feeling this exhausted. It is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign you've been strong for way too long. And you are definitely not lazy for struggling to get things done. When your mind is carrying that much weight, even the smallest tasks can feel like climbing a mountain. That's not laziness. That's about capacity. The truth is, you're just overloaded. You are a human trying to function in a world that is constantly demanding every last drop of your mental energy. Recognizing that isn't an excuse, it's the diagnosis. It's a condition of modern life, not some personal failing. And this is the final, most important takeaway. The answer isn't to just push harder, it's to pause. When you finally give your mind the kind of rest it's actually craving, you'll find that the weight you've been carrying just starts to feel lighter. So the challenge is simple, but that doesn't always mean it's easy. Give yourself permission to do a little less, to be quiet, to slow down, and to clear your mind, because that is where true rest actually begins.